Welcome back to Life and Living. I'm joined right now by Allison Ognebene, which means, what does your last name mean?
Ognebene means it's all good.
In Italian, of course, because she did this. We're here at the New Jersey Sharing Network's 5K walk. This is a huge event for you in particular. You are a heart and double lung transplant recipient.
Yes, I received my heart and double lung at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center on March 30th, 1988. So that's 28 years ago, and I am one of the longest living heart and double lung transplants in the world.
That's incredible. What's even more incredible is that you received them at the same time.
Yes.
Talk about that process, that surgery, and what that was like, especially at that time.
When I was diagnosed with primary pulmonary hypertension, I was 14 years old. So when I received my transplant, I was 1 month shy of my 16th birthday. And at that time, it was very new. Transplantation for lungs started in 1985. So this was still relatively new. And so we didn't know what to expect. The life expectancy was 5 years, and I proved everybody wrong. I'm 28 years and still living and running.
We're going to get to that. What was your quality of life like at the time? You're a young teenager. What were you experiencing? What was life like?
Well, thank goodness I was a dancer. I was a competition dancer, because if I wasn't dancing, the disease wouldn't have progressed as fast. And so
the disease progressed faster because you were dancing, because you were exercising and needed that lung capacity.
Yes, I needed that lung capacity. And so I wasn't able to breathe. So it first started out where I couldn't breathe. And I would be like, basically after I would dance, I would like almost faint on stage. Right off stage, actually. And then it progressed to the point where I was turning blue. I was very thin. They thought I was anorexic, which I wasn't. I was eating all the time. But it was tough because the progression was, lack of breathing to being on oxygen to being in a wheelchair. It was tough being a teenager in that environment, because you want to be normal. You want to fit in with everybody else.
How much did you understand about the risks associated with the surgery, what life would be like after the surgery? Was it explained to you?
It was definitely thoroughly explained, but when you're a teenager, you think you're invincible. So when they told me that I had a year to live, okay, that's no problem. I always envisioned that I was going to live past that year. And when I was in high school, I still remember it. It was in February. And I looked at the calendar and I said to my friend, I was supposed to be dead. They said I was supposed to be dead, and I only had a year to live. And she's like, oh, you're alive. And she pinched me and we went on our way to class.
Do you think, there's almost a naivete about it, right, that a teenager has. Do you think that in some way that contributed to a positive outcome? Or do you think it was going to go this way anyway?
I always believed, I think with my spiritual aspect, believing in God, my personal beliefs, and I also had a very strong family, and the town, and actually the state of New Jersey was very strong and powerful.
How do you think seeing the outreach from those who cared about you, whether they knew you or not, what they were willing to do, how they were willing to put themselves out there, how do you think that affected you and your outlook on life and your kind of volunteerism as you progressed through your life?
It's very funny you say that and ask that question, because there's so many people that we're all interconnected. And the fact that they were able to help me, I'm just, me. And then I look at the donor who gave their life for me to live. And I view all the people that have helped me throughout my life and the donor who gave me my life. I have to live every day as a blessing and a thank you. And the only way I can do that is to live and to be grateful. There's no words to explain how appreciative I've been. The only way I know is to just live.
And to give back what you're doing by volunteering through the New Jersey Sharing Network, right?
Absolutely. I think one of the things, for me, what's so powerful, and I took my stepkids, the tent out there with all the donors, their faces, those faces have brought so much life for others. Their lives gave us life. And it's just so powerful, and that's why I volunteer in their memory. That's why I'm here, is to honor my donor, my 2 sisters who passed. My one sister was a donor, and I do this in their honor. I do this and volunteer because it's so important, and to get that message out.
What do you know about your donor?
I don't know a lot about my donor. I do know they're from Tennessee. It was a child. I have reached out to my donor family, but I haven't heard back, and I respect that. But I really want them to know that because of their loved one, I am still here. I have beautiful stepchildren. I have an amazing husband. I have adorable dog and cat. I'm working. I ran my first 5K.
That's exactly what we were going to get to next. You ran your first 5K today. What did that feel like?
Exhausting. It was so tough. I'm like, what am I doing? It was just because it was soupy. It was rainy, and I do really well on a treadmill. And so, because it's, I can level, or I can bring it up, but this was just a little bit hard, but thank goodness my husband, Bill, walked right next to me. He was walking and I was slowly running.
The fact that you're here, the fact that you're running, the fact that you're volunteering and doing everything that you do is a testament to what this organization is all about.
Absolutely. This organization has done so much for so many people. It's touched so many people's lives. Even if you're not a donor family or a recipient, people just are learning more about how important it is and how interconnected we are, and the greatest gift you can give. I mean, I look at this wall, and this is just so powerful about the people who either have passed or have donated. It's just so significant, this organization.
Thank you so much.
Life and Living has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence, and NJTV. Funding for this edition of Life and Living with Joanna Gagis has been provided by Felician University, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, New Jersey Resources, Cone Resnick, ShopRite Supermarkets, the Russell Berry Foundation, and by Partners for Health Foundation. Life and Living with Joanna Gagis has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.